Yeah, some weird stuff going on. We are in race C, but it very much looks like a very long race A. We are at the new track, Road Atlanta, and we are in the MX-5 touring car. So it's a road car, but we are on racing hard tires, and the first clown of the video, that will be me in my attempt to make some room on the inside. I ran wide. Luckily I didn't end up in the wall at the end of that grass section, and as you see, Heat on 93, he's having a far worse time than me so far. I am just trying to keep up with Bumper Cam Bob here. He is a familiar face. I've raced him also a lot in the past on GT Sport. He runs wide on the exit there. And as you see, we've got cars going in all sorts of different directions. Weird stuff going on. And as we come up the hill for the second lap, see the most scary rejoin. That was a close one, but we survived it. We still got Bumper Cam Bob behind me, and I'm just trying to make my way through the twisty section. This is a tricky part, and I haven't got this sorted yet. Not had that much time to practice this one, but it's a very fun race. I really enjoy it. Close racing and just trying to not get into too much fighting with other cars, and then it's usually possible to get some positions. As we come through the chicane, we also have a couple of deaths, one at the left and at the right, and I'm just in vulture mode. I'm just picking up whichever positions I might get. Now Bumper Cam Bob has a run on me. I'm not going to fight this. He can go past if he wants to. I'm only interested in us just getting a move on, get down the track without losing too much time. Almost got that wrong. So P11 has a run on me as well, but he has a penalty, so we might get him back again unless I do something really stupid on the way to the penalty zone. Still just sneaking through, but as we go through this corner, then suddenly he just disappears off to the right, and I got my position back. I don't think I'm doing a single actual overtake in this race. I'm just trying to keep it together. There's a lot of tire smoke going on there. Just trying to keep it together and pick up whichever places might fall into my hands on the way. We have jumped ahead a bit in the race, coming up the hill for the 5th time, and as you'll see, we've got another death. So I am up to P10 now. Sure claims a lot of victims, this combo. I'm behind Bumper Cam Bob again. He has picked up a penalty, so maybe I can gain a position, but as you see, he has gotten too far ahead for me to do anything. But at least I can get close to him. Let's just get through the chicane without doing something stupid, and then I'll just try to follow him along. Not going to fight him. Let's just try to take the normal line through the corner, giving him a slight bump ahead, but we have to be careful through this corner. Wouldn't want to bump him off onto the grass, but just trying to get dragged along here, so maybe we can catch up to the group ahead. He got that corner better than I did. But as you see, we have got another penalty in front of me. I'm not sure. Once again, no, I'm not going to make it. just staying behind. Don't want to get too many enemies in this race either. I'm just trying to make this a good race for all of us if possible. As we start lap 8, we've got some close traffic now, and we've got someone running wide, and if you listen carefully, yeah, that was the wall, the dreaded wall at the end of that piece of grass. So now we've got a whole bunch of cars. I'm just trying to stick with this group. I might be able to pick up something. Yes, we've got a car running wide here. I make it around the outside, and I think he's going to just keep it cool behind me. Yes, he is. But then, unfortunately, I am going to make a complete mess of this corner. Yep, nothing to see here at all, and a terrible rejoin as well. Sorry about that one. That penalty, I didn't cause that one. That was for running wide earlier, so maybe at least I can catch his slipstream, and let's just get dragged along and stay in this race. And all is good, and we are jumping ahead again. That was the biggest brain fart ever in this race. I completely caught that chicane, and of course I got the penalty. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. And yeah, dropping back to P8 again. But as you see, as we enter the chicane, we've got a weird little incident going on. It looks like Bob is going really slow for some reason, and the Russian driver, unfortunately, he hits him and he picks up a 3-second penalty. Considering that the penalty system is often almost absent, 3 seconds is a bit harsh. I'm just staying behind, waiting for the penalty gate to come up so I can get past. And yes, we are up to P6 now. So there might be a chance to have a decent result after the catastrophic start. But unfortunately, as we start the final lap, you see I've got Bob behind me again. He has got some pace, so he usually catches me up again. I think he was bumping me along a bit there, but it looked like he was going for a move, and I got a bit scared, and then I went off the track, and this time there was no way around it. So I just hit the wall, and I couldn't get the car going again, and I've got engine damage and the whole package. But as you see, as we come up the hill, Bob is actually waiting for me. He thought that he had caused my crash. I wrote to him in the post-race chat that it wasn't his fault. I did that entirely on my own. But that was the end of this race. Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. But let's just quickly move on to the next one. As you see, Bob had another unfortunate incident with himself coming out of the chicane. Yeah, that was the end of this race, and we quickly move on to the next one. I'm starting in P11. We've got a lot of tight traffic going on. I'm just trying to make sure I can keep the inside for turn 1. Don't want to be on the outside, but I also want to be careful coming into this corner. Sometimes it seems like a lot of drivers try to go through this section like they were all by themselves on the track. Just trying to, yeah, we've got a couple of deaths here. It seems like everyone is trying to just get through this section as fast as possible, like there were no other cars on track with them. Yeah, I'm a bit slow, and he gets a bit of a slide on behind me, almost clips the rear of my car, but we survive it. And so far, we are still pointing in the right direction. I'm up to P6. I don't really know how I managed that. Well, actually, I do know how I managed that. I've just stayed out of trouble so far, not tried anything crazy, just basically tried to mind my own business. Now I've got the Spaniard. He has got a run on me, and I'm not even going to try to defend this, but unfortunately I get caught a bit by the other Spaniard serving a penalty. So now I just have to back out of this one and get a poor run up the hill, so I lose a position to the third Spaniard passing me now. But if I remember correctly, I'm actually going to try to get a move done coming through turn 1, and I do. He backs out of it, and then you see the red car. That's Mild Cheese. This is a fast driver on a second account. I believe it's Fento. He's really a fast driver. He's on the top of the leaderboard as well. And yeah, he got through, but unfortunately for him, he picked up a penalty as he did so. I'm just trying to stay along, keep it going, and see if I can stay with Mild Cheese for just a little bit. We've got a couple of other penalties up in front, so I might be okay, at least if I can get past some of these guys. I'm not really sure. You can see they got a far better run out of that corner onto the back straight. I haven't figured that one out yet. So yeah, this is once again one of those awkward situations. I just have to keep it cool and back out and make sure that I get through the chicane as fast as possible, not side by side like they are doing here. And as you can see, it works out so far. I've still got Mild Cheese on my outside. I have to give him room. I actually gave him so much room I went on the grass, and that lost me a bit of time. But at least we both survived. Now I'm just trying my best to keep up with these guys, coming up the hill into the tricky chicane, beginning to figure out that one, and I think it's about time to jump ahead a bit in this race. As we start lap 4, we can see Mild Cheese. He is running wide. In turn 1, he's on the grass. I think he avoided the wall, but he got me distracted, so I almost forgot about this tricky corner. Kept it on the track though, and we just carry on. And as we come down the back straight now, this Dutch driver, he's having the run on me. I'm just letting him get the inside, and I lift off a little bit. I'm only focused on just keeping my own speed up as much as possible and avoid fighting as much as possible. But this time, on the other hand, I decide to try to defend this one, and as you can see, it didn't really work out. He goes for the switchback and the switchback again, and yeah, he made the move anyway, so that was just a perfect example on how not to defend. Only lost time to both of us, but yeah, that's how it goes. This time I do pick up a penalty coming out this corner. It's just so easy to run wide if you're not careful. As we come up to the penalty zone, I'm just staying behind the Spaniard, trying to pick up the slipstream. And as we come around the track again, we've got this French driver. He has also had a penalty. I'm getting close to him. I can't really make a move, so I am just making sure to filter in behind. But now we have got a bit more traffic ahead, and as you can see, it's getting a bit more tight through turn 1. This was a scary moment. Even got so scary that the pop-up headlights popped up on his car. Maybe the car got scared as well. But we survived it and we carry on. We've still got this bunch of cars ahead, and I'm just waiting for something to happen. It's bound to happen at some point. And sure enough, the French driver, he gets a bit wide runs out of space on the outside. I almost missed that dreaded corner once again. But we are up to P5 only until I get overtaken coming into the chicane. I didn't defend it either this time. Still thinking about the overall picture. If I can just keep it going, that would be wonderful. We are getting close to the end of this race. At this point, I was thinking, now don't run wide on the last lap like you did in the last race. And you've probably already guessed it. Yeah. Luckily, I avoided the wall this time, but I'm coming back on track with dirty tires, sailing around. But somehow, I still managed to keep my P6. And that is the end of this video. This is such a fun race. I'm not really good at it, but there is a lot of action to be found and good races as well. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.